Hey, what's going on, everybody? Scott here. Uh, Today we're at Tenpines Bluff, and I kind of changed this one around to try to make it look like nothing like it was before. There was a lot of dead trees, and you're kind of up here in the woods up here at Tenpines Bluff, and I thought all of the dead trees I didn't like them, so I kind of changed them, added a lot more new trees to try to transform this. And then this build is something different that I really haven't done before. Uh, but we'll start out here at the beginning, and when you first get in here, and this is a guard house. It's actually two guard posts together. I forgot which mod it is that adds the guard house. But just the hut, and then this part right here, the little fence part, that's from Thematic and Practical. Now the guard house, you assign someone to it, and it adds 10 defense. And then I just made up a little, place for the guards to hang out and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool, and I like using it. And then this over here, this is from Thematic and Practical. If you remember my Finch Farm video, I kind of talked about this a lot. It gives individual caravan spots for the different caravans. Like this one is for Trash Can Carla, and it gives her her own chair that only she sits in, and gives her her own scavenging station that she works on. And then I put it up on a little platform because it's on a bit of a slope right here, to kind of get it up out of the way a little bit. And then we'll get to the building back there in the back in a little bit. But when you first get this settlement, this little shack here is the only building that's here. There's a mostly destroyed house in the back, but I got rid of that, and I really kind of wanted to get rid of this, but even with scrap that settlement, there was one wall on this shack that I can't get rid of. It may be my load order, I may play around with it a little bit, but I thought it'd be cool to turn it into a maintenance shack rather than like a living quarters. Like this right here, that's the configuration for the Snap and Build mod, which I don't know why that's been taken down. You can't download it anymore, but the configuration part of it that you can hang on the wall, there's also a holotape, but it has the tools hanging on it, and I just made a little maintenance shack out of it. And then that's a big log cabin back there. We'll get to that in a little bit. I told you this build was something a little bit different. But we'll come up this way. Now with the Better Stores mod, it adds different ways of like producing food, and so it gives you livestock that you can put down. This is a rad stag doe, and it actually adds I think it's 5 or 10 food to the settlement just by having the rad stag there, and it stays close to the feeding trough there, and I just built a little pin around it, and it just stays put. And of course you got some water. 10 water from the windmill, and then 10 from the other one. And then I like the iBot station. I don't use it enough, but I thought it fit in pretty well up here, because I didn't build a lot up there on that corner. Then we'll come down here next to the main building, and this one, this is Doc Weathers' little caravan post, and it comes with their own chairs, and you saw Carla's chair was kind of a junk, and then Doc Weathers is a wheelchair, and then this one is for Lucas Miller, the armor guy. I like using those. I think it's cool to have the different spots for the different caravanners that you can have come to your settlement. And a good look at I added a lot of trees. I mean, we're up here in the woods, and I thought, a log cabin would go in great. but the dead trees didn't really work for it, so I wanted to add a bunch of green trees. I just thought it made it look a lot better than the dead trees that were here. Now that guard post, forgive me, I can't remember what mod it is, J2M or that adds this guard post, but it adds 10 defense to your settlement also, and it's got the turret stands already built into it. The stairs aren't there, you got to add those yourselves, but you can see there that once you do place a set of stairs and assign someone to the guard post, he will stand up there, and it gives you a little room at the bottom, which I just put a chemistry workbench and just to have something down here, because I don't really have other workbenches around this settlement. Then we'll work our way around to the other end of the building here, and this is where the rest of my food comes from. You can see the animations that come off of these, but the outhouses, which they look like outhouses, but they're really not. They are actually farmhouses, and I believe that's from Better Stores, and I believe they add like 5 or 10 food also, and you assign someone to it, and then they do that. You know, they get these animations, and I like the ones like it looks like she's feeding the chickens, because from Better Stores I've added rad chickens. You can see them there on the ground, and they're like 0.5 food a piece, and I've got 6 of them, and they stay close to the pen. And then I've added just a couple of planters on that side just to keep a couple of my other settlers busy. But this is where all of my where all of my food for this settlement comes from, because as you walked around, I don't have crops anywhere here either. And the chickens, they stay close to that little pen, and then around the back side I've just got another windmill for water. That actually adds 10 water also. So now we'll check out the main log cabin. I just thought it would be cool up here in the woods. Why couldn't they build a log cabin? That's kind of one of the earliest ways that we had of building. Nope, sorry about that. But lore friendly, not lore friendly, I don't know. It's always great. To me, it was just a fun build to do. I mean, I try to play this all with it's just a game that we're playing, so it was just fun to build, and it's different than everything else, and sometimes it's fun to think outside the box, a little bit, because I really liked it. I thought it was cool. This is all from a mod called Cabin in the Woods, which is part of the master plan. I believe it's by Ethereon, but I've got a full list of mods in the description. I got a link there that you can check out all of my mods and the load order. So now we'll walk into the lobby area here. The newsstand is from Crimson Rider's Unique Furniture. They'll, settlers lean against it, look like they're reading a paper and things like that. It's pretty cool. And then they interact with the benches there, and then when you walk in here, that's my general trader right over there on the left, but it kind of looks like it's a front desk, right? That's kind of what I was going for. And then I believe it's Crimson Rider's Unique Furniture adds this secretary station, and you assign someone to it, and they sit there and type on the terminal, and just kind of makes it look like I don't want to say I was really kind of going for a hotel, but I guess I kind of was with this, and that kind of helped out. Then we'll move into the dining room, and the benches and the tables, that's all in Cabin in the Woods, and the fireplace. It's really fun to play with. It's fun to build with. You get all different kinds of walls, and they got 2 or 3 different textures for the walls, and then it adds windows and roofs. It's really a cool mod. Then we'll come over to the kitchen, which this is from a mod called Modular Kitchens, which I think is awesome. It even adds the brand new shiny kitchen stuff, which, you know, why not, you know? And it comes with animations too, like the sink. It'll have water animations there, as you see, and it adds decorations on its own. The stove is an actual, like a regular crafting station, and you can snap pots and kettles and things to it too there, and then it adds different decorations that you can put out on the countertops. It's a really cool mod. A little bit of do-it-yourself right there. Then the coffee dispenser and the espresso machine, that's from Crimson Rider's Unique Furniture. The settlers do interact with all of that. You know, as you can see, you could have them, you know, they'll stand there and act like they're drinking coffee or getting coffee and things like that. Same with the espresso machine. Now we'll come out here, just a little sitting area, which actually those are from Tonight You Sleep on the Couch. I really love that mod because it adds beds, but they look like furniture, so you kind of get a 2-in-1 with that. This is a better look at my general trader area. Cabin in the Woods adds this magazine shelf, which I like the way that looks, even though I've added, you know, one of the vanilla ones also. And then it just looks like a front desk to me, even though it's my general trader. Next we'll come back here, and if you look back there in the corner, you'll see the little cleaning supplies. That's from Crimson Rider's Unique Furniture also. You assign someone to that, and then that's what they do, is they sweep the floor. And then the soda machine is actually from Busy Settlers. That's a scavenging station. And then I decorated one bedroom in this place, but because I decorated so much everywhere else, I wanted to keep the bedrooms kind of down to a minimum. And especially, you know, out here in the woods, especially the cabin, got to have the mounted animals on the walls. And then most of the pictures on the walls are from a mod called Gun Posters, and they've added a bunch of new and different pictures to use and stuff. I really like it to get that much of a more variety in things, because, you know, I've been playing this game for a long time, you know, building on the PlayStation and building on the Xbox, and you know, there's only so much of the vanilla assets before everything starts just looking the exact same. And Cabin in the Woods adds their own beds too. The beds are from the Cabin in the Woods mod, along with the walls and the roofs and the railings, and, you know, there's just a lot to it. It's really a cool mod to mess around with. Now this is the one bedroom that I decorated a little bit more than the others. I didn't go all out in here. I just basically added a little more furniture. You get a good look at the double beds that come with the mod. And then over here is kind of just a relaxing area for everybody, like this sectional that's over here in the corner. I think that's Crimson Riders, but I think it is, but I'm not sure. But it comes with animation also. The settlers will come over and lay down on it like they're sleeping, even though it's not part of the Tonight You Sleep on the Couch. They will act like they're sleeping on it, even though it's not a bed. Still pretty cool to have the animations, you know. And then the pool table is from Crimson Rider's Unique Furniture. They don't actually play pool, but they will lean against it like they're relaxing on it. And then I just added a lot of chairs and, you know, a couple of beds from the Tonight You Sleep on the Couch. And then Crimson Rider's Unique Furniture has added the chess game. So when your settlers are relaxing, they're not working, if they're close to it, they'll sit down like they're playing chess. Then come out here on the upper balcony. And Tonight You Sleep, or Cabin in the Woods, has their own guard post, which is right there what my guard is standing on. That's what you assign them to, and they snap right to the edge of the floor there. It's really pretty cool. And I love the texture on the walls, and it gives you windows, to be able to use. I had a lot of fun with this. It was something different, and every now and then you got to do something different, even though this isn't really like much of my normal builds or anything. But who's to say that this really couldn't be here? You know what I mean? People have been making log cabins for hundreds of years, long before any kind of bombs fell. Why wouldn't they? Why couldn't they build a log cabin, right? I just really like the way it came out. I like the log cabin look of it all. I think it was really cool. And I hope you guys did too. I get it that some people might not like it, but, hey. If you did like it, please hit that like button. I appreciate that so much when you guys do that. And if you got any questions about anything, comments, please leave a comment. Always happy to answer questions or read feedback or whatever. Added another boost. I love using the boost still. You assign someone to it, and it looks like and it does add booze every now and then to your settlement. Yeah, it'll be in your inventory. It's pretty cool. But I just had a lot of fun with this build. It was kind of fun to transform Tenpines Bluff out of the farm that it usually normally is. I think it's cool to do that. For my next build, I don't know where I'm going to go. I might go to Oberlin Station. I might go down to Murkwater. Just got Murkwater construction site, so there's nothing down there yet. I am kind of thinking about going down there and doing kind of a backwater swamp type build down there. I think that'll be pretty cool. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.